Okay. We are back. Okay, nothing story related. We're just gonna learn about the lore. Okay, everyone's like level 50. What's this?
Let us begin the lesson. That is all.
Okay, aura sight.
Many mysteries surround the aura site.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very well.
Take a look at that later. Oh, so the stars means we mastered it. Okay. Okay, so
Gathered within are materials that await your perusal.
okay, I remember reading Olivert's and scriptures of Germanique. So let's go to Messa's musings. Hey, what's up, Icy? How's it going, dude? So long. Okay. Oh, interesting. Your prognosis? Oh. I gotta read it fast. Okay. I'll come all the way. Okay, here we go. The Hero King. Hope all is well, Icy. There you go. The Gloria. This beauty was passed down to me by my late father. She was built utilizing the most advanced technology of the time and has seen us through our most ambitious adventures. Some of which are likely qualified as too ambitious. The years of wear and tear eventually resulted in us turning her in for repairs. We had her fitted with enhancements. While on the other outside she remains the same, she is now a beast of a different nature. The latest surge of innovations has allowed us to not only increase our output by 30 times, but do so. The Gloria is our most trusted family or trusted friend and ally. As our crew members who have grown tenfold over the years, have come to say she is the ship that will carry us to the skies of freedom. Okay, nice. Enjoy the Overwatch, dude. And I've been well also, so yeah, just enjoying and relaxing, enjoying the weekend. So yeah, just chilling. 1.5 decades have passed since I left my homeland of Valtheme behind. Despite my best efforts, I've explored but a fraction of what the vast world has to offer. The love of adventure is something I inherited from my father. It has taken me to many places and lined my pockets with gold and other treasures beyond compare. It was never my material gain, however, that I traveled. My journey continues simply because I cannot rest until I find Calyx Duahan, the city of gold. I must accompany that what my father could not. I must accomplish what my father could not. A woman's distressed voice traveled through the voice pipes. Captain Rickson, please report to the bridge post haste. What's happened, I ask. We will soon be arriving at the Lankham Islands, sir. Excellent. I'll be right there. Quickly throwing on garments, I dashed down to the lower levels where the bridge was located. Thank you for coming on such short notice, Captain. Litzer's voice reverberated through the bridge's voice pipes. Litzer is our head of surveillance and operates our magic radars. Her main task is to keep watch of the surrounding skies and the grounds below for anything unusual. Ah, is that what you wished to show me? Okay, glad I could watch this stream. I haven't been able to watch streams at night lately. Oh, no worries, dude. Right now it's just only lore dump for the most part. I'm just catching up on like the material that I collected throughout this playthrough. Maybe I'll do some battles, but this is more about like finding learning about the lore of this game. On the expansive seas that unfolded before us, I spotted islands the size of grains of rice upon the horizon. Yes, we finally made it. 3 years and 5 months have passed since we began this journey. I'm surprised I managed to get us this far. You? Got us this far? Ha, I'm the reason the ship stayed aloft for as long as it did. That is Hyman, our pilot, and this is Abdul, our engineer. Without their support, it would have been impossible to come this far. Congratulations, Chief. Cannon, our weapons specialist, entered the command room with a clamor. I first came across Cannon in Vathek, where we had stopped to refuel. He was being assailed by a group of men and had downed 1 pint too many. I stepped in to defend him, and he has called me Chief ever since. Shortly after that incident, I brought him aboard the Gloria to replace one of our artillerymen. As for his skill, let's just say he is improving daily. Just a tad early for congratulations, Cannon. After all, this is just the beginning. What? Just the beginning? That's right. There's something I forgot to tell you. According to the notes my father left behind, Calixthuahan, the City of Gold, resides nestled among these islands, the Lankham Islands. I got you. Lore stream sounds good. Have you liked the game? It's been fun. It's been a great time. I can see why a lot of people like this game, the original game, the OG. Because the story has been great. I'm assuming the story hasn't changed since the original game, but the story has been great. And then the battle, and like choosing which job class each person gets to go through, and trying to build the makeup of your team has been good. I think I got a good system right now, so it's been fun. Definitely recommend it if you're into like tactical games. In the ancient tongue, Calixthuahan means man of gold. According to legend, it was the name of a king that once presided over one of the Lankham Islands. It is said that the island was blessed by the gods themselves for their mountains abundant in gold. Calixthuahan was the one to begin excavating these riches. Through large-scale mining operations, he gained abundance enough to build an empire. Their nation was awash with wealth. Everything from tiny, everyday goods to luxury items was made of gold. This abundance, however, soon drew the attention of the Ronkins. The city that once flourished during the Middle Ages soon fell under their imperial rule. Or so it goes to the child's fable, the Tales of Damune, and where the narrative ends, my father begins. In his notes, he describes what he learned about the City of Gold through his travels. Near the end of our journey, we landed at a small fishing village to replenish our supplies. There I met a man at a local tavern who claimed to be the Calixthuahan's last descendant. Had a buddy who was... Okay, yeah. So I'm not sure how to compare the two since I haven't played the OG, but the remake has been a good time. So I was listening to him with only half-hearted enthusiasm since he was known as something of a fabulist in town. After a while, however, the discussion took a rather interesting turn. He told me that shortly before Kalixtuan was overtaken by Ronka, they steal the entirety of their wealth within a pair of stone gates. Four royal retainers known as the Black Guard saw the deed done. Each had something called a keystone, and they are the only thing that can now break the seal upon the gates. All four keystones must be placed into the lock, or as he referred to it, the cassive. Doing so will cause the stone gates located somewhere in the Lancam Islands to open. Acting on a hunch, I mentioned to the elderly man that I had obtained something resembling this key from the Tower of the Dead. Upon revealing it to him, tears began to well in his eyes. "Lala Bebe," he whispered. It was as though the word the people of Kalixtuan used to praise their god slipped unconsciously from his mouth. Hearing it made my blood sing. This man was no fabulist. He spoke the truth. Somewhere in the Lancam Islands behind closed gates, the riches of Kalixtuan slumber. It is no doubt a treasure beyond reckoning. Yes, it is not a love of gold that drew me into this pursuit. Generations after generation of seasoned treasure hunters have tried and failed to learn the whereabouts of this place. I simply hope to be the one who finally unraveled the mystery. The road is long and winding. Mayhaps, if I am unsuccessful, I'll have to leave such dreams to my progeny, who will have access to faster and more streamlined airships. Thus, finding the City of Gold fell to me, his son. With rapid advances in technology in recent years, the power to achieve this dream is in my grasp. I see. Cannon, who was hearing this story for the first time, stared at me with a bewildered look in his eye. It was abundantly clear that he had been unaware of the true objective for traveling to Lancam Islands. While I am partially to blame for the confusion, I will be willing to bet good Gil that Abdul also provided our artillery man with some rather misleading facts. Yes, and it is a dream we have all come to share. Right, Abdul? Litzer? Indeed. Absolutely. B2, Chief. Please let me share. In that moment, the Gloria trembled, and the alarms began blaring. Was that an explosion? Everyone to your stations. Let's learn where that came from. Yes, sir. I pray to the god it's not them. Another explosion resounded, rocking the ship. Incoming at 12 o'clock, Captain. Size the speed and indicate the fleet of 6 battleships. They are of Palamesian origin, sir. Your orders. The Palamesian Empire is a military superpower that has gained control over more land than any other nation. They have been pursuing me ever since I made a wager with them. We will not be taken down, not today. Hyman, move us into the clouds ahead. They should obscure us for long enough to slip into the northern Neshla Mountains. Affirmative. Shortly thereafter, we ascended into the rain of clouds above. With the arrival of airships, people began developing aerial combat strategies. Of these, cloud stealthing is one of the more difficult to master. Despite all of the advances in technology, magic raiders remain unable to track airships in clouds. It removes all visibility and is akin to disappearing into a smokescreen. The main disadvantage is that this maneuver only works when the sky is dense with clouds. Captain, we will soon be entering Isle of Neshlam territory. Excellent. Please begin our descent. Let's find a place to hide away on the western ridge. Ooh, interesting. So he's being chased. Isle of Neshlam. The Lankim Islands are located off the continent's far eastern coast. The Isle of Neshlam is the largest among them. Here there are two primary settlements. In an alp to the west are sprawling farmlands, where the people live in prosperity off the land. To the east, by the Twin Peaks, lies a bustling fishing village. We managed to avoid the Palamesian warships and land amongst the island's western summits. After remaining aboard for a stretch of time to ensure it was safe to proceed, we made our way to Kowloon. Kowloon is the largest city in the west of Neshlam. There, we replenished our supplies and attempted to gather what information we could regarding the City of Gold. Is it true, Hyman? Unfortunately, it seems the road ahead is fraught with danger. As for the perilous adventure to which Hyman refers, is everyone back on board? Good. Hyman, mind explaining to these lads what we're talking about? Or what you're talking about? Certainly. If you could all gather around and take a look. This is our current position, the western mountains of Neshlam. This is where we want to be, the cluster of islands where the City of Gold is supposedly located. According to the results of our investigation, there are a total of 8 islands, none of which are large enough for us to land on airship with, which means the Gloria will need to remain airborne while we explore each island. I am unsure our fuel can last that long. Abdul interjected, brow furrowed. Our target is about 280,000 sectas away from where we are now. We cannot afford to make multiple trips there and back, so we will be unable to refuel while we are over there. Precisely. To quickly review our situation, the nearby islands are too small for us to make a landing, so we will need to remain suspended in the air during the duration of each visit. Considering the ship's weight, that would consume more fuel than any forward movement would. We suspect Calixtuahan. I don't know why that word is like so difficult for me to pronounce. I mean, it's not a common word, but Calixtuahan is located 280,000 sectors away from where we are now. It is not a distance easily traversed. Filling our fuel tank to the brim, we set off on what we suspected was the shortest route to our destination. Whatever it takes, we find our way back here to the island of Neshlam. The maximum amount of fuel we cannot carry at any given time is 16,000 HP. A trip from one island to another will consume 500. We should be able to tour all the islands and return to Neshlam on just 15,000 HP if we are frugal with our consumption. The following activities will deplete fuel. 1. Moving. 2. Hovering. 3. Damage to the ship. 4. Repairs to the ship. Please keep in mind there will be no place to refuel. The moment we reach 0 HP is when our journey comes to a permanent end. There are a total of 8 islands. 4 of them are regions that were once overseen by the Blackguard. The rest are where the treasures potentially lie, stashed away. Our first order of business, however, would be to find the 4 keystones. Without them, we would have no hope of unlocking the stone gates that divide the world from Calixtuahan's wealth. Sorry about that. Someone came home. Said everyone, this trip is dangerous. It's a dangerous one. We'll be exploring multitude of uninhabited islands on bought time and limited fuel. According to that, Palamesians are hot on our trail. There are also a great many other unknown factors that face us. If you want to back out, now's your chance. Do you still intend to join me? Captain, do you need to even ask? Of course we are going with you. Aye. My heart flutters with excitement at the thought. Captain, I invested 3 years and 5 months in this journey. I will be a fool to quit at such a critical juncture. Let's get a move on, Chief. We've got treasure to find. Let me get some water really quick. It's a lot of reading. I don't even know what to say. Thank you, everyone. Now let's continue full steam ahead. Sir? Oh, 15. But the next few days we made it to the island where we suspected the city of gold, Calixtuen, once flourished. Upon our arrival we gathered together to discuss how we should proceed. And that is where we are. We have confirmed that there are 8 islands in this area. This is where the Gloria is, in the exact center of the circlet of islands. Let's refer to this as the central point. It will cost 100 HP to move from this central point to another region. We can proceed to the following: northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. Each area has 2 islands. Moving from one island to another will cost additional 100 HP. Due to the storm clouds that populate the sky, flying from the northwest to the northeast or from the southwest to the southeast consumes significantly more fuel. Each trip will cost 300 HP. To avoid this, the best solution would be to return to the central point once before moving to the next island. While that you propose is efficient, what of us not being able to land? These islands are not too vast. We should be able to cover each of them in about 1 day. It will take about 500 HP for us to keep the ship aloft while we conduct our search on the ground. Roger. Let us ready for departure. Everyone in position. Captain, we made it to the central point. What should we do? What would you like to do next? Check the castle. I don't know what this is. Captain, we made it to the central point. What would you like to do next? Check HP costs. The following times to reduce your HP: movement between areas, firing main cannons, firing sub cannons, searching island, damage to ship, repairing ship. Please be careful with your HP consumption. Oh, so I have to actually choose. Okay, we move. Captain, we can travel to any island from this point. They are all equidistant from where we are. So the amount of fuel needed will remain the same. Where would you like to go? North. Captain, to the northeast are the Marziant Island, or the Marziant Islet, and the Isle of Abronia. To the northwest are Kiko Island and the Isle of Delights. Where would you like to go? Northwest. Where in the northwest would you like to go? Kiko Island. Captain, we have arrived around Kiko Island. What would you like to do? Explore. Logbook, Kiko Island. We descended on Kiko Island, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. This island remained completely unaffected by the massive explosion that occurred in the Palamesian capital. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in the cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous doors reacting to the Cassive's presence. They quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing red orb. Miss Erickson has discovered the Black Guard's red orb. Okay. Captain, we arrived at Kiko Islands. What would you like to do? Explore. Move to the neighboring island. Captain, the Isle of Delights is closest to where we are now. A bit beyond is the Isle of Lastro. Here, the Isle of Delights. Captain, we have arrived from the North Isle of Delights. What would you like to do? Explore. Logbook, Isle of Delights. We descended on the Isle of Delights, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. The Isle of Delights, ruled by the goddess Valeria, was once a utopia. With the rise of Calixtuin, however, this place fell to ruin. It was since then returned to the wild. As we were making our way back to Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in the cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous ivory-colored doors. We had no way of opening them, so we simply left them to be. So, Isle of Delights, I guess. Just remember that. Okay, return to the central point. The Palamesian airships approaching. Crew, prepare for battle. Sir? The enemy approaches in Death Scythe class Palamesian warships. Death Scythe this, so they finally got it around to finishing those. Captain, your orders? Evade attacks on Flea. Attack incoming. A shudder ran through the Gloria. Stand fast. We won't be able to avoid the impact. Attack incoming. Brace for impact. What? It missed? Has the ship been damaged? Some residual energy struck the control room. Had that been a direct hit? Indeed, all hands remain on your at your stations. Captain, your orders? A return fire, I guess. We need to hit them with everything we have. Sir, a tense atmosphere settled over the Gloria. Prepare the artillery. Brace for shock. Fire the main cannon. Our attack is going to land. We've hit the enemy. It has them in a panic. Let us use this to our advantage and retreat. Keeping damage to a minimum is our priority, sir. We managed to escape, sir. According to the magic radar, there are no other airships in the rear vicinity. Excellent, Abdul. How's the ship? This is Abdul. Damage is as following. The sleeping quarters are badly damaged. We will need to use 50 HP to repair them. The ship's ability to fly shouldn't be affected. Good. If you do come across any issues, however, I ask that you make the necessary repairs, Hyman. Let us continue ahead at full speed. Sir. We must return to the central point at once. That's the only way we'll be able to shake the enemy ships. Understood. Blitzer, keep your eyes peeled. Yes, sir. Captain, we have made it to central point. What would you like to do next? Okay, move. Let me check. Okay, so it could be... Gotcha, okay, so... We move to the north. And then go northeast. So northeast now. Where to northeast would you like to go? Okay, so I'm not going to read everything now since I'm choosing. So Marzian Islet. I'll read these once I land. Captain, we have arrived above the Marzian Islets. What would you like to do? Explore. I'll read these though. Logbook, Marzian Islet, or Islet. We descended on the Marzian Islet hoping to uncover the City of Gold. According to our books, this was once home to the Lilliputians, a race of small folk. They were a happy and peaceful people, that is until the Calixtonians arrived. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small sanctuary shrouded by trees. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous scarlet-stained doors. Reacting to the Cassiv's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space that contained an old, time-worn airship that appeared to date from the dawn of its invention. A peculiar smell permeated the air as we set about investigating the ship. Peculiar, that's what you said, okay. About investigating the ship, the quick search yielded a can of Extasium. The exploration did not yield any evidence that the Blackguard once resided at the Marzian's Islet. It was, however, not in vain. We were able to procure some Extasium. With it, we were able to fortify our ship and slightly restore its HP. Nice. Okay, we'll move to neighboring islands. Okay, Abronia. Explore. Alabronia. Okay, logbook, Isle of Bronia. We descended upon Abronia, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. In times past, the man believed in the overgods. They searched fervently for the Isle of Bronia. It is here that the hallowed forbidden fruit could supposedly be found. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. While the decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous scarlet-stained doors. Reacting to the Cassiv's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing blue orb. Mesa Rexon has discovered the Blackguard's blue orb. Okay, nice. Okay, we're done with this, so let's go back to the central point. Captain, we have made it to the central point. What would you like to do next? Check on the castle. Why not? Nice, nice. And then we will go to the southwest. South. Okay, Captain, to the southeast is the Isle of Aia in Poseidon's Reef. To the southwest is Balnuvarben Island and the Isle of Lasrog. Where would you like to go? Southwest. Where in the southwest would you like to go? We'll go to Balnuvarben Island. Captain, we have arrived at Balnuvarben Island. What would you like to do? Explore. Balnuvarben Island. We descended on Balnuvarben Island, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. The official name of this place is Valenivia, Vinicius Island. Scrawled across the walls of a cave are the words, "Man does not live by bread alone," a quote inscribed by a warlord chief who devastated the island and the island's people. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous, cerulean-stained doors. Reacting to the cast of presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing white orb. Mesa Rexon has discovered the Blackguard's white orb. Nice, nice. Okay. And then we will move to the neighboring islands. Isle of Lasrog, I guess. Yeah. The Isle of Lasrog is closest to where we are, a bit beyond this. Yeah, Island of Lasrog. And we will explore it. Isle of Lasrog. We descended on the Isle of Lasrog, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. According to the information we have, this is the place where people of the Old World gather to await the completion. People of the Old World does not mean one day modern man might meet his demise as well. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small sanctuary tucked away in an underground cavern. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous ivory-colored doors. Reacting to the cast of presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space that contained an old, time-worn airship that appeared to date from the dawn of its invention. A peculiar smell permeated the air as we set about investigating the ship. A quick search yielded a can of extasium. The exploration did not yield any evidence that the Blackguard once resided on the Isle of Lasrog. It was, however, not in vain. We were able to procure some extasium. With it, we were able to fortify our ship and slightly restore its HP. Okay, now we'll go back to the center and then go northeast. A Palamesian airship is approaching. Crew, prepare for battle. Sir, the enemy approaches in Galleon class, Palamesian warships. Galleon class? These are colossal in size. We must be careful. Sir? Captain, your orders. Colossal in size? To defend, attacks, and flee? Hefler detected attack incoming. The Gloria shuddered. Stand fast. Our defenses held. get us out of here. You managed to escape, sir. According to the magic radar, there are no other airships in the near vicinity. Excellent. Abdul, how's the ship? This is Abdul. Damage is as follows. The fuel tank's been hit. You will take 500 HP to repair it. The ship's ability to fly shouldn't be affected. Good. If you do come across any issues, however, I will ask that you make the necessary repairs. Hyman, let us continue ahead at full speed. Sir? You must return to Central Point at once. That's the only way we will be able to shake the enemy ships. Understood. Blitzer, keep your eyes peeled. Yes, sir. Okay, and we're back to the beginning. Okay, check the castle. Coco, we're missing one. So now let's go southeast. So 2 more islands to go to. So south. Okay, we'll go southeast. Where in the southeast would you like to go? We'll go to Isle of Aia. I think that's what's called. Captain, we have arrived above the Isle of Aia. What would you like to do? Explore, of course. Logbook, Isle of Aia. If you descended into the Isle of Aia, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. According to an ancient legend, this is where the first woman came into existence. This is a myth of yore, originating from a time when men still believed in overgods. In this era of technomancy, such stories carried over the old world with such little more than fairy tales. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small sanctuary obscured by a cliff. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous cerulean-stained doors reacting to the castle's presence. They quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space that contained an old, time-worn airship that appears to date from the dawn of its invention. A peculiar smell permeated the air as we set about investigating the ship. A quick search yielded a can of Extasium. The exploration did not yield any evidence that the Black Guard once resided on the Isle of Aia. It was, however, not in vain. We were able to procure some Extasium. With it, we were able to fortify our ships and slightly restore its HP. Okay, now we're going to move to the neighboring islands. And we're going to go to Poseidon's Reef. I think that's where the last one is. Okay, Captain, we have arrived above Poseidon's Reef. What would you like to do? Explore. Logbook, Poseidon's Reef. We descended on Poseidon's Reef, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. It is said that the island was named after the god of the seas, Poseidon. Perhaps maybe it is the other way around, and the god himself was named after the ancient magical kingdom of Poseidium that once resided here. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous obsidian-colored doors. We had no way to open them, so we simply left them be. Okay. So return to the central point. So Poseidon's Door in Isle of Delights. So we have to go northwest. What happens if we click on stay? Okay, so we move. So let's go northwest now. The Isle of Delights. That's where you have to go. So northwest, Isle of Delights. Because that's the only place we haven't gone to. The Isle of Delights. Maybe we could go in there now? Isle of Delights. We descend on the Isle of Delights, hoping we uncover the city with gold. This is where the Rise of Calixtu ends. However, this place once ruined, it has since been returned to the wild. Okay. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small cave hidden away in the cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous ivory-colored doors. Reacting to the castle's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened into a place with an altar, which had been built upon a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing black orb. Mesa had discovered the Black Guard's black orb. Okay, now we go back to the Poseidon tree. We have finally procured all 4 keystones. All we need to do is uncover the location of the stone's gates. The crew members smiled, and the Gloria once again took flight. We are so close to the end, I can almost taste it. There is but one last hurdle to find the gate. Many treasure hunters, including my father, have never gazed upon the riches that lie within them. We, however, will soon be given the opportunity to do that which they could not. In that moment, another blast shook the Gloria. The ship's alarms began blaring. Another explosion. Everyone to your stations. Let's, sir, identify the enemy. Understand, sir. The rumble of another explosion was followed shortly by tremors. A voice reverberated through the Gloria, dispersed by magic tech waves. Attention, this is Captain Kimbris of Squadron 3 of the Palamician Empire speaking. Captain Mesa Rickson of Squadron 8, you are hereby accused of treason and you are be taken into custody. Surrender yourself to us immediately or we will open fire. This is not a request, this is an order. Kimbris Corylus, the most ruthless of the 12 squadron captains. What should we do, Captain? They have a fleet of 15 large ships, all galleon class. We cannot win this. They have a fleet of 15 large ships, all galleon class. Let's just escape. Either escape or, it's all over. Let's say there are thunderclouds to the rear of us, correct? Aye. They are quite significant in size. Excellent, Hyman. Move us into them at full speed. Sir, they are storm clouds. One mistake and we'll be struck from the sky. Then we best not make any mistakes. Surely you jest. It certainly may seem that way. I am, however, very serious. Captain? So they're about to enter a storm cloud. Ha, desperate ploy. While his bravery is admirable, I see he is reckless as ever. I doubt he will ever even realize it is precisely this recklessness that has led him down this unfortunate path. Captain, shall we pursue them? The Craven has no place in the New World. See that every last one of them is annihilated. None shall interfere with the Emperor's grand design. Now ready all cannons on fire. Yes, sir. Engage all sources of power and press forward at full speed. Sir, there's no way to evade them. Everyone prepare for impact. Has any damage been done to the Gloria? Captain, another attack is incoming. Your prognosis, Hyman? Can we shake them? Can't make any promises, but I'll do my damnedest, sir. Let's, sir, be on the lookout. Understood. We've come all this way, cannot end here. The enemy approaches the galleon class, Palamician warships. The squadron captain leads the charge. Stand strong. Captain, your orders. Just evade attacks and flee. Attack incoming. Has a ship been damaged? They grazed us. A splinter of the magic tech energy flare struck the control room. Had that been a direct hit? Indeed, we must hurry out of here. The magic tech cannon is ready. Maneuver us into position and fire. Roger. Disengage Mako drive and diverting all power to the cannon. 80% charged, 90% charged. Brace for the flash and recoil. 100% charged. Fire. What is that light? The amount of magic emitting from it is tremendous. No, it cannot be. They cannot possibly have a magic tech cannon aboard that ship. It has yet to even be completed. Direct hit confirmed. Our ship has been annihilated. Abdul, damage report. What is Gloria's status? No issues detected so far. Good. Now let us quickly depart from here. Abdul? What's wrong? Cannon. The chief used to be the captain of Squadron 8 of the Palamecian Empire. I used to be the airship engineer for the Palamecian. Litzer and Hyman once worked aboard those vessels too. In fact, more than half our crew did. Then why were we being chased by them? Are they not supposed to be our allies? It's a rather long story. Abdul, sir, we have finished with the inspection. I'll be right there. I'll speak to you later, Cannon. But Abdul. Captain, we have made it to the central point. What would you like to do next? Move. Actually, we'll stay really quick. But we're going southeast. So stay. We'll take a look at the chasm since we got all of them now. And then we'll continue on. Or Castle. Nice. Okay, move, and then we go southeast to the Poseidon's something. South? Poseidon's Reef. That's the last place that we've gone to that we can enter the door. Getting arrived above Poseidon's Reef. Explore. If this isn't, then I have no idea. Poseidon's Reef. We descended onto Poseidon's Reef hoping to uncover the City of Gold. It is said that the island was named after the god of seas, Poseidon perhaps. However, it is the only other way around, and the god himself was named after the ancient magical kingdom of Poseidium that once resided here. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous, obsidian-colored doors. Reacting to the chasm's presence, they quietly slid open. What is this place? I whispered to myself. The door had opened up into a long tunnel. Sensing danger, I decided to return to the airship to call for assistance. Upon our return, and after making the necessary preparations, we began exploring the tunnel. This must lead us to the rear entryway. We walked for some time through the underground tunnel. It eventually led us outside. We came out on the far end of the island. Captain, what if we were to ascend that hill? From there, we should be able to see everything. At Hyman's suggestion, we made our way up the slope. Impossible. In a notebook left to me by my father, a mysterious crest was penciled into the margin. As I peered down on the landscape below, I noticed something interesting. From atop the hill I was on, I could clearly see the forest trees had been cut away in certain parts and replaced with grass. These pastures formed the same exact symbol. I rushed to open my notes and find that page. A closer inspection of it revealed an emblem drawn at the center of the crest. It decided to travel to the spot it indicated in the grass. Upon reaching our destination, we found a fist-sized stone left lying there. In it, we noticed there was a key-shaped hole on one side. Why is there a keyhole in this rock? Not expecting it to work, we nevertheless attempted to insert the casket into the stone. It was a perfect fit. Shortly, we turned the key. The rock and key crumbled to dust. From it emerged a light green stone. What happened? Further miracles were yet to come. The stone began to absorb light from the sun, which had peaked in the sky, drawing in all brightness around it. It then converged into a single focused beam, directed at the hill upon which we had once stood. Following the ray, we hurriedly made our way to where it led us. We reached the end of the shaft of light. What could possibly be here? Surveying the area, we came across a peculiar boulder. The moment we touched it, it slid away, revealing to us a dark cave. These must be the legendary stone gates. This is no doubt where the hidden treasure lay. Let's push forward, Captain. We're here. We finally made it. Come on, Captain, let's enter. Chief, hurry. Don't fall behind. With visions of wealth swimming through our minds, we stepped into the cave, which opened into a large hall. At its center was a single chest. We cautiously approached, and with bated breath, we opened it. Inside was nothing but a single sheet of parchment. You did well to make it this far, lads. While this may not be the wealth you expected to find, it is no reason to be disappointed. The memories and friends you made along the way are the real treasure. Arranging this was far from an easy task. I had to prepare all those keystones and then spread tales about them and the lost city of Calixthuan. It required a lot of imagination and dedication. Thankfully, it eventually took on a life of its own, and here you are. I've got to give it to myself. I did a pretty good job. Thanks for sticking with me this far and allowing me to pull off the world's greatest prank. Sattler Rickson. Wow, really? Stop killing your party? Sattler Rickson. That's my late grandfather's name. So it's just a big prank? So both my father and I fell for his outrageous trick. Upon finishing the letter, I felt not anger, but a deep sense of fatigue. Welcome in, Koa. Litzer caught me as I collapsed. I do not know what to say. I'm sorry, everyone. I put your lives at risk time and time again. Over the last 4 years, all for the sake of a practical joke. What a joke. Trying to save your streak? No worries, dude. Cheer up, Captain. While it's a shame that the City of Gold did not exist, not a single person here regrets joining you on this journey. The adventures we had together are priceless. Yes, exactly. Now let's head back to Gloria and start a new expedition. I'll be pretty pissed off. Like, it's one thing if I found this place, but then someone was here first. But, like, my own grandpa set up this joke for me, which put a lot of lives in danger. I think I'll be pretty pissed off. Abdul smirked. Looks like I'll be getting busy again. Are you still at your, like, sister's place, or are you back home now? Make sure to take me with you, Chief. Thank you, everyone. Before we head back, I would like to ask you to keep what happened here to yourself. I fear the rest of the crew might not forgive me if they learned what occurred. Now, let's head back. Sir? The City of Gold. More than one adventurer has set out with visions of unearthing this paradise, only for their dreams to be shattered. Yet some brave souls continue to search for this place despite the odds. Captain, I apologize for interrupting you at such a crucial time, but look, there's more to the letter. What? P.S. Try turning the treasure chest around. For suffering through the world's greatest prank, you deserve a reward. While not extensive as what the City of Gold itself might have offered, I'd like to share with you a little something I've collected in my travels. From Calix Duin, with love. Turn the chest around. I did as the letter specified. In that moment, the walls caved in. Dust filled the air, and I found it impossible to keep my eyes open. I don't know why I did it so slowly. When I finally was able to uncover my eyes, all the cavern walls had been turned to gold. Oh. Thus the city of gold lives on. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Koa. Thanks for stopping by and keeping your streak alive. Messa's Musings. What? It has its own credits, the story? That's so funny. Okay. These stories are pretty long. So I'll probably do another story after I explore everything else. Presented by Square Enix. I could possibly do one more story, but I want to explore
These
everything
tomes
else.
are the product of much sweat and toil.
So I'll take a look at these
I
after.
understand. What would you wish to know?
Let me just get everything.
Safe travels. The records here paint that I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Many mysteries.
Let's read the history of the stone. The Cancer Stone came into Ramses' possession after he defeated Construct 7 at Noveska's temple. And its power was used to break Rai's curse, which had turned her into a holy dragon. Later, during a visit to the clockwork city of Gouge, Ramses inserted the stone into an Ori-like contraption that Besrudio Bonanza had discovered, which summoned forth a mysterious swordsman named Cloud. Gemini Stone was held by Marquis Umdor, Liege Lord of Limbury. It was at Limbury Castle where he lay in wait for Ramsa that he used the stone's power to transform to Zalaria, the Death Seraph. He was defeated in the ensuing battle, leaving behind naught but the Gemini Stone, which was duly collected by Ramsa.
Let me see.
Taurus. The Taurus Stone had been entrusted to Alma and was lost when she was abducted by Isilud Tengam of the Knights of Templar during the Order's assault on Orborn Monastery. Grand Duke Barrington then wrested the stone from Isilud, but it was restored to Ramses' possession when the Netherseer Murak joined this cause. The Aries Stone was in possession of Wygraft, fullest of the Knights Templar, who vanished at Orborn Monastery. It was at Riovanis Castle that he reappeared, spring an attack, transforming into Belias, the Gigas, but was bested by Ramsa. His body disappeared, leaving Aries Stone for Ramsa to claim. Pisces. The Pisces Stone was held by Islud Tangle of the Knights of Templar until the moment prior to his death at Riovanis Castle. Though he entrusted the stone to Alma, it fell to the floor when she was spirited away by Valmarv. It was found shortly thereafter by Ramsa as he searched the castle for his sister. Aquarius. The Aquarius Stone was given to Ramsa by the Knight Beowulf as a token of his gratitude for rescuing Louise. Okay, so this is from Beowulf in the mines of Golland. Later, during a visit to the clockwork city of Gouge, Ramsa inserted the stone into a metal sphere of Besrudio Bonanza and discovered which activated Construct 8, a technological marvel from a lost civilization. Capricorn. The Capricorn Stone was presented as a gift to Count Dystarg, Beowulf of Lawfrey of the Knights Templar. In Battle of Egros Castle, Dystarg used the stone's power to become Adramalek, the Wroth. But he fell to Ramza. His body vanished, leaving the Capricorn Stone for Ramza to claim. The Sagittarius Stone was presented to Meliadol, Tangle of the Templar Knights, by his father Valmarv, the Order's Lord Commander. However, Meliadol relinquished the stone to Ramza when she later defected to his cause.
Very well.
Scorpio. The Scorpio Stone has been entrusted to Amma and was lost when she was abducted by Islud Tangle of Knights Templar during the Order's assault of Auburn Monastery. It was subsequently acquired by Grand Duke Barrington. When another Sir Merrick was slain at Riovanna's castle, the Scorpio Stone answered his sister Rafa's grief and brought him back to life. Merrick then chose to join Ramza and the Scorpio and the stone placed in his keeping. Libra. The Libra Stone is a treasure heirloom of House Orlando. It was held by the House Patriarch, Count Sidolphos Orlando. Upon his liberation at Fort best led by Ramza, he chose to lend his strength to the young Beowulf and entrusted the stone to his keeping. A Virgo. The Virgo Stone was taken from the underground vaults of Auburn Monastery by Isildur Tangle of the Knights Templar during their assault. It is now in the hands of Valmarv Tangle, the Order's Lord Commander. Okay, this is all we have.
Safe travels. I understand.
And I already
Does
read all
anything
this.
here speak to you?
And I already read all this, so.
By all means. These documents provide a glimpse of life during an era defined
Okay,
by
nice.
the War of the Lions.
That's a
Let
lot
us
of
speak
errands
on
I did.
this again. Here we may learn more of pivotal moments in history.
Okay, let's take a look at these. But before we do, let me get some water. So I'll be back in 3 minutes. Take a break. So be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay, just like 50 more seconds before the ad breaks are fully done. You know, watch these cutscenes. Okay, so we can see the cutscene or the movie. The cutscene is like the actual thing, right? Like that we already saw. Yeah.
Unhand me! No, Lady Ivalice.
This way. Hurry up. And try making a little less noise.
I'll not take orders from you!
You've quite a mouth on you, Princess.
Okay, we saw this. So... Okay, so these are just cutscenes that we already saw throughout the game.
Of those who shaped history.
Let's see what this is. What this one is. Oh, this one.
Record.
Okay, we already saw this, so... But the movies we haven't seen. So let's take a look at those.
What did these people think?
Okay, let's take a look.
No, Lady Ivalice.
That's kind of cool.
This way. Be quick. And try making less noise.
I'll not take orders from you!
You've quite a mouth on you, Princess. Forgive me. It is your birth and faith that wrong you, not I.
Okay.
Lady Ivalice. Hold there!
Do my eyes deceive me? Is it truly him?
Lady Ivalice.
The leader. He lives. But why does he serve under the banner of Duke Goltana? I do not understand.
Here we may learn more of pivotal moments in history.
Okay. Is there another movie? What's this one?
Let us trace the journeys of those who shaped history.
Another movie? Here it is. Let me take a look at this. At that moment. Fast forwarding. Oh, this part, okay.
Be quick about it.
Yeah, we already saw this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll be surprised if there's a
Here we may learn more of
if there's like a new one I haven't seen, but it's okay. Check out this movie. Let me see what part it was. Oh, I think they're when they're just sitting at the sunset. I remember this.
Beautiful, isn't it? Do you think teacher might be watching this same sunset?
Don't worry, Delita. I'm sure she is well.
Something's been bothering me. For some time now.
Argath's words trouble you, do they not?
There are things beyond the power of our changing, Ramza. Try though we might.
Do not say that. If a thing can be endeavored, it...
Will endeavor grant me an army, Ramza? I would save teacher with these hands if such were in my power.
But I cannot.
'Tis my meager lot in this life. Ramza, do you remember when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
Yeah, I do remember this. These are nice little cutscenes. Apparently it's from like a different version of the game.
What did these people think?
I haven't seen it, so... Right? They were like, yeah, this is what I remember. Okay.
Beautiful,
Yeah, I was there.
isn't it?
Okay, well, it's another movie that I have not seen yet.
Let us trace the journeys of those who shaped
Partings? Okay. What's this one? Oh, is it? No, hold on. Oh, the death of his sister? Oh yeah, and then it explodes, right? Yeah. Yeah.
What was that?
And that was the last time Ramza saw Delita until he... Yeah. Last time he saw him until that the first scene in the game.
Delita. Delita!
Okay.
I had lived my life the only way that I had known. But when the pillars of that life came crashing down, I did not stand by and watch them fall.
Here we may learn more of pivotal moments in history.
Reading of Delita? Okay. Take a look at this one.
Let the princess with me. She will be safer in my care.
Oh yeah, the waterfall fight.
Delita, what is this game you play with us?
Game? I do no more than speak the truth. You've made an enemy of the Order of the Northern Sky. So tell me, where would you now take her?
Well, I...
Think, Ramza. This was Duke Larg's plan, and he would not act without counsel of the Queen. As such, you cannot trust the crown. Would you turn to Goltana, then? No, that would be folly. He would only offer up your heads in hopes of keeping his own.
And what, sir, would you propose?
I would do only that which you, my lady, cannot.
You speak in nothings.
So I do. But pay it no mind. I shall leave Princess Ovilia with you for yet a while longer.
Delita, I did not think we'd meet again, but I'm glad we have.
Teacher. It was teacher. Yes. I am certain that she was watching over me.
You go with my thanks, Sir Delita.
I hope this meeting is not our last, Ramza.
Ramza.
I owe you my thanks as well. But he's right. The northern sky will not be long in falling on us now.
This is the path I've chosen.
Okay.
Let us trace the journeys of those who shaped history.
Okay, Delita's warning is next, I guess.
Plenty of gulls, but no hint of Lionel's griffins. Delita! What are you doing here?
We have ears in many places. Few things escape our hearing.
Our?
I say this for your sake, Ramza. Return to Igros. Delve no deeper into matters of royal maidens, or those of sacred stones.
What have these ears of yours been telling you?
You think to save a princess from a burning town. In truth, you would but set her on a higher floor. There is only one person who can truly save her, and that is what I will do.
What do you mean, Delita?
It's simple, really. Noble endeavors do not always reach the end we desire. You cannot save the princess. However hard you might try, you do well to remember that.
What then is your end in all of this, Delita? I fear I do not know.
The Dukes Larg and Goltana, your brothers, and all the rest. They are all of them swept up in a mighty current. A current they cannot see or feel. I simply swim against it. Nothing more.
Nothing more. Bye-bye.
We'll meet again, I should hope.
Okay.
Here we may learn more of pivotal moments in history.
Let me see. Is there like a... What scene was this? I don't remember where this is from.
If the rumors are true, the city should be free of Lionel's griffins.
Okay.
Wait, Delita. What is your end in all of this?
The Dukes Larg and Goltana, your brothers, and all the rest.
I think I do remember this now. Okay.
What did these people think? What compelled them?
Obelia and Delita. I think this is when they're like at the castle or something like that. Like she's like in the garden. Yeah. Okay, I remember this part.
So here you are. They've been searching high and low for you. Huh. I hope this day finds your royal majesty in better spirits than those past.
Do not mock me. Please, I could not bear it.
That was cruel of me. I'm sorry.
So, what is it that you mean to do with me? I'm not Avalia. There can be no possible value in holding me. No value, even in my living.
Possibly. You are not Avelia. We do not even know your rightful name, whether even you be highborn or low.
Of the royal family. I alone was confined to a remote monastery, far from the seat of our crown. I alone was made to live in seclusion, and I had often wondered why. Even so, if my forbearance meant that the kingdom would continue to know peace, I thought it a burden light enough. What was it all for? Still, Ivalice runs red with blood. All this suffering and solitude, what purpose did any of it serve?
It has been the same for me. I was given the wardrobe of a nobleman, and so I played the part. A puppet, ever dancing for patrons unseen. Endeavor is not rewarded. Not in this wretched world. It is the patron and his troupe who are the beneficiaries, maggots grown fat on Endeavor's course. An ugly truth, but the truth nonetheless. Most men have no choice but to play the part they are given. And of those, most live and die not knowing they play a part at all. But I am past all that now. I am their puppet no more. I will exact from them the price of their gluttonous feast.
And just what is it you plan to do?
You must place your trust in me, Avelia. I will burn down this kingdom and build a new one. A kingdom worthy of you. I will show you a world where your light will outshine the sun. A world without darkness. And then, you will have no more need of tears.
Can I truly trust in you?
Know that I will never betray you. On Teacher's soul, I swear it. So come now. Dry your tears.
I like these little cutscenes that they drew up.
Let us trace the journeys of those who shaped history.
Which one is this one? Just a quick recap. Oh, gotcha, okay. We didn't fight, he just passed by after
Here
the
we
fight.
may learn more of pivotal moments in history.
Okay, here we go, new stuff. Delete as well, okay.
A heretic at prayer in a church.
I do remember
Passing
this.
bold, Ramsay.
I shall ask it plain, Delita. Why has the High Confessor planted you amongst Goltana's men?
I see no harm in telling you. My orders are to assassinate Duke Goltana and Count Orlando both.
He doesn't do.
Groups such as the Corpse Brigade, ill-contented with the crown and the nobility, are in no short supply. The Church merely fans rebellion's flame. The people tire of war, and their disdain for the crown waxes, intensifying with each passing day. Of course, Goltana and Larg want to put down the rebellions at home. Alas, they lack the troops to do so. They have but one recourse. To break the impasse, they seek to bring an end to the conflict once and for all. Even as we speak, their armies mass at Fort Besselat to that purpose.
Then these months of rebellion and unrest, all of it is by the High Confessor's design.
Yes, and it will not end as either lion hopes. For once the battle begins, Larg and Goltana, the lions white and black, will be assassinated by persons unknown. Naturally, their closest allies must die with them. Count Orlando of the Order of the Southern Sky, Zalbarg of the Northern, and of course Count Dystark. With their leaders gone, the fighting will cease, and they will have no choice but to embrace the peace we offer.
A peace, or surrender on the Church's terms?
The people will proffer to the Church the role of mediator with hands upraised. Moreover, the Church will have the Zodiac Braves.
But there's the rub.
One thing stands between the Church and the Orosite. The heretic, Ramza Beolv.
So then, you've come to fetch the Zodiac Stones for your masters.
I am no hound of the Church. I answer to nobody but myself.
Meaning what?
Meaning, I would not think twice of killing you should the hour come. Yet, though our methods be different, our goals are not. As long as they remain so, you are no enemy of mine.
Delita. You could come with me.
I cannot join you. She needs me. Far too much to leave her now.
Avelia.
As long as it has a pliant figurehead. The Church cares not whether it is the king or the queen who prevails. Power through a puppet state. That is the High Confessor's grand plan.
And you? Do you not use Avelia to fulfill your own ambitions?
I cannot say. But this I know. To save her life, I would gladly give my own. You think this strange?
No. I understand only too well.
I address the heretic Ramza Beolv. You are besieged. You will surrender yourself up to us at once.
Oh yeah, and then we team up to fight
know
this
that
battle.
voice. Confessor Zalmor.
Ramza, you will not fall this day.
Oh, flashbang. I do remember that fight, or that scene. And he's like
What did these people think?
on
What
top,
compelled them?
and then the guy's like on top of the what was it? Does it show? He's like on top of the building, the guy who calls us out for some reason. Does it show? I want to see if it shows. Oh, I
Let
think
us
it,
trace the journeys of those who shaped
Guess not.
history.
no other movies? Oh. Oh, these are side quests. Okay, I guess that's the last one.
You don't suppose the orrery will metamorphose as well, do
Okay, that's good. I don't want to spoil it if
Here
by
we may
accident.
learn more of pivotal moments in history.
So nothing else. That was the last movie, I guess. We had to do this well. Okay.
Till next time.
Let's do a save. And then we could read one more story and then
New
call it.
discoveries await in even the most dog-eared of tomes.
A collection of writings by a psychologist and I that provide detailed analysis of the lives of a wide spectrum of people. This one covers the travails of a certain gambler. I have Kus, a castle in the region of Inavia, documenting the story of three sisters. Sections of importance are penned in an ancient script, now indecipherable. Okay, we could read one more story, then we'll call it. We'll read this one because I think the blue one was the last one we got. So, from the records at Kus Castle in Navia, Chapter 8: The Seventh Liege Lord Albert Sign and the Portrait of the Family. Verse 7: Lutia, third daughter of Lord Albert Sign. Okay, here you go. Story time. Get your popcorn. The courtyard of Kus Castle. Three young women, all daughters of Castellan Albert, finished her morning studies and stepped into the garden. Maria was the eldest at 17. I am bade play the harp in the next concert. I'm terribly nervous. What if I make a fool of myself? Alicia, which was the second eldest at 16, possessed a wild disposition. She did not take near enough care of her words. You will be fine, sister. Goodness knows you have confidence to spare. And then there was Lutia, the youngest at the tender age of 13. There will be so many people in attendance. Makes me nervous just thinking about it. However, Lutia's mind was preoccupied with other matters. Baron? No. Off the lawn. The master will have my head if he catches you. I will die a dog's death were I thrown out. Kurt Groll, a boy of 14 and son of Edmund, the groundskeeper. He and Lutia shared naught between them save the impenetrable walls of class and birth. Yet when Lutia thought of him, her pulse quickened. Okay, is this a love story, I'm assuming? Gods, my heart, never have I felt such excitement, such elation. My heart is beating at least 100 times faster than I did during my first dance with Leaf. I swear it. Is it the heartbeat? Or is it the page? Why? Why is it beating 200 times faster, I declare? What if it were to beat 300, no, 1,000 times faster? Oh, sweet Kurt, my light, my darling. What have I done to deserve our birth? Why must you be humble? Why must you be a humble gardener and I a noble? Why do the stars torture us so? The boy has brought his mangy dog into the courtyard again. I'm telling father. Alicia was in a foul mood today. Sister, please. Let the dog has done nothing wrong. You're so quick to lose your temper. Oh, can't Alicia just leave us in peace? Lutia prayed secretly. This is such Kurt's garden as it is hers. Lutia hoped that he knows she was not at all like her sister. She would never rant and rave so. If he knows what I feel, then I wish for a kiss. Let's stand up for Kurt. Lutia's fingers curled into a fist. With that she could defend her Kurt, but what words, if any, were there? Silence was not an option though, she simply had to speak up. Kurt's done nothing wrong. No, Lutia. Thought to herself. I mustn't say such things, I cannot. Lutia, a girl of 13, it was another day in the summer of her life. So, okay, this is a love story between the two. What a day has been, Lucia reflected. Tell me, my darling Kurt, what would you have me do? I long to be with you, but you feel as if a million leagues away. I fear one day my heart will shatter. The sun will rise and it will set, but no amount of days can ford the divide between us. Have I only to pray, to hope that the heavens in all their cruelty heed my humble plea? Oh, Kurt, can you and I hope for a brighter tomorrow? The courtyard was as it was on any given day, nary a thing different, not even its visitors. There was Maria, Alicia, Lucia. Now where did Lucia run off to? Is it just me, or has she been acting strangely of late? It's not just you. She has turned her hand to gardening of all things. In a corner of the courtyard, Lucia sat alone, tending to a quaint bed of flowers. Ah, at last. It's starting to look like a proper garden. I wonder what Kurt will say when he sees it. It was Alicia's cry that broke Lucia's concentration. Lucia, what are you doing there? Hurry up, or you'll be late for your studies. Lucia rose from her flower bed. Coming, sister. I'll see you tomorrow, my flowers. No sooner had Lucia stood up, she spotted Kurt from across the garden. Her pulse leapt, her mouth dried, and she froze on the spot. Kurt, however, paid her not so much as a passing glance as he disappeared into the shed and out of sight. Lucia was beset with nerves. Should I show him the flowers? They are not in such a sorry shape, are they? I did this all for him, after all. If he doesn't at least see them, my efforts will be all for naught. I will say you gotta double check. Oh, sweet flowers, lend me your strength, won't you? Tell me, do you think Kurt will find you as lovely as I do? Lucia, a girl of 13, it was another day in the summer of her life. But see, he kind of like went to the shed, so he might be busy. So, what a day it has been, Lucia reflected. Tell me, my darling Kurt, what would you have me do? I long to be with you, but you feel as if a million leagues away. I fear one day my heart will shatter. The sun will rise and it will set, but no amount of days can ford the divide between us. Have I only to pray, to hope that the heavens and all the cruelty lead my humble plea? Oh, Kurt, can you and I hope for a brighter tomorrow? The courtyard was as it was in any given day, nary things different, not even its visitors. They're Maria, Alicia, and Lucia. Me playing the harp at a ball. Can you believe it? I most certainly can, were you all grace and cleverness. I am not but a tomboy. All I can do well is climb a tree. The two sisters shared a chuckle. Besides them, Lucia watched the clouds meander across the sky. Baron, stop, I say. For a stray pup, you've become quite the hound. The dog who was in Kurt's care came bounding across the yard to greet the girls. Lucia, are you feeling well? That was Maria, always fussing over Lucia. I know. It's that dog you want, isn't it? I'll go fetch it for you. And that was Alicia, always assuming to know what's best. Sisters, please, you have the wrong of it. I am very well and in no need of a dog. I must stop thinking like this once, Lucia considered privately. He's a servant. What if father were to find out? I would shudder to think the trouble that would befall my Kurt. Or, will I persist in this? I could profess my love for him. We could run away together. Discuss it with sisters. Lucia knew, however, that there was a moral support to be had. She had outspoken sisters upon whom she could depend after all. I think Maria. Alicia is stubborn, hot-headed at times, from what I've heard from this so far in the story. So speak with Maria. Maria, the truth is what is it? Does something trouble you? It's just that at this point, Lucia paused. It's nothing, she said after a sigh. Lucia sighed miserably to herself. What a fool I am to think such a match would be possible. Father has promised me to another, and I ought to be faithful to my future lord. But my heart yearns for my darling Kurtz. Lucia, a girl of 13, it was another day in the summer of her life. Yeah, I think no matter what I chose, like, she would hesitate. So, what a day it has been, Lucia reflected. Tell me, my darling Kurtz, what would you have me do? I long to be with you, but you feel as if a million leagues away. I fear one day my heart will soon shatter. The sun will rise and will set, but no amount of days can ford the divide between us. Have I only to pray, to hope that the heavens in all their cruelty heed my humble plea? Oh, Kurt, can you and I hope for a brighter tomorrow? So, I guess that's what she says at the end of each day, I guess. The courtyard was as it was on any given day, nary a thing different, not even its visitors. There's Maria, Alicia, and Lucia. Alicia, get down from there, this instant. You're too ill to be doing anything half so dangerous. Alicia, however, would not listen, for she was 16 and loved nothing more than to climb trees. Dangerous? This? It's a tree, not a sword. Oh God, I can't bear to watch. However, Lucia, for all her concern, had her eyes upon another. You've had your fun, now come down. You know I'll be blamed for this if you're caught. It was Kurt who would chastise Alicia now. He was a servant boy of 14, son of the groundskeeper Edmund. Quiet, Kurt. Who are you to order me about? Alicia was a prideful girl who would not permit one such as Kurt to tell her what to do. Watch yourself, Alicia, or I may tell father. And if she doesn't, I will. Lucia was starting to sound more like Maria every day. A frightening thought suddenly crossed Lucia's mind. What if Alicia were to demand Kurt to be removed from the castle? Goodness knows she hates him well enough. In her heart she thought Lucia would, and Lucia knew what to do, were such an ending to befall their love story. I would come across oceans, move mountains to be with you, my Kurt. Where you go, I follow. No matter what happens, I think she's just gonna back out, so... Throw your arms around him, confess, take him by the hand, confess your feelings for him, take him by the hand. With that, I could take Kurt's hand, put this place behind us for good. I would never see my father or sisters again, but what would it matter so long as I had him? Lucia sighed miserably to herself. What a fool I am to think such a match would be possible. Father has promised me another, and I ought to be faithful to my future lord. But my heart yearns for my darling Kurt. Okay, I think they're gonna repeat. Oh no, Lucia, 13. Okay, girl of 13. Let me drink some water really quick. Lots of reading. If it repeats, I'm not gonna read it. Yeah, it says the same thing. I'll read like each day. Oh, hold on, this is different. Tell me, Kurt, do you find my excitement odd? This growing love for you, it frightens me, though not half as much as father does. He will take you from me were he to discover us. My heart simply must beat 1,000 times faster if he were to see a happy ending. Oh, my prince, when will I be able to hold you in my arms, listen to your honeyed voice, and share in your stories? I can only pray such a day is not far off. Okay, this repeats, I think. Yeah. The courtyard is the same, and stood the three sisters. Now, where did Lucia run off to? Is it just me, or has she been acting strange as of late? It's not just you. She has turned her hand to the gardening of all things. Okay, she's back to gardening. In the corner of the courtyard, Lucia sat alone, tending to a quaint bed of flowers. At last, it's starting to look like a proper garden. I wonder what Kurt will say when he sees it. Mistress Lucia. Oh, so it is. Oh, Edmund. Good day to you. Begging your pardon, I didn't mean to startle you. Mistress, might I inquire what this is? there? Oh, this? Well, it's just a wee flower bed. A pet project of mine, you see. Edmund was at a loss of words. Surprise clear in his wide eyes. You have been tending to them? Truly? Yes, truly. What do you make of them? The seasoned gardener gave the flowers and soil a long look over. These are fine plants, to be sure, but you must let me and my son handle such work. I will not have your hands dirty. Well, Kurt will tend to them, armor flowers really and such. But I like the work, yeah. It's alright. I would very much like to tend to them. Edmund fixed his gaze on the soil that blackened her hands. Very well, who am I to say no? He relented. But permit me to ask you something. Have you seen to these flowers all by yourself? Should I not have? I'll say, is that a problem? Is that a problem? No, far from it. The flowers have come in exceptionally beautiful. I'm impressed. Lucia's mood brightened. She asked all manner of questions until it was time for her afternoon lessons. Hunch, guess, is maybe when she's not attending to the flowers, Kurt is fixing them up. But it's just maybe. Lucia, a girl of 13, her heart yet a flower bulb, hidden beneath the soil, eager to bloom. These were still the early days of summer. What a day has been, Lucia reflected. Tell me, my darling kid. Okay, but you. How long to be with you? But yeah, okay, this repeats. Yep. Will the heavens hear your plea? Okay, next day. The courtyard was as it was. Okay, same thing. Okay, Maria and Alicia and Lucia are there. Me playing the harp at the ball? Can you believe it? I most certainly can. Were you all grace and cleverness? I am not but a tomboy. All I do is, well, climb a tree. The two sisters shared a chuckle. Okay, they're saying the same thing. Okay, Baron, stop, I say. For a stray pup, you've become quite the hound. The dog who was in Kurt's care came bounding across the yard to greet the girls. Oh, how wretched. Who let this filthy hound into the courtyard? Alicia, ever in a foul temperament, cried aloud. What if Maria who soothed her? But it was Maria who soothed her, and she was wont to do? As she was wont to do. That's weird wording, I think. That's awfully unkind of you, Alicia. What is a dog or a few birds in the garden? How Lucia loved her gentle sister Maria. Calling Baron filthy, Alicia can be downright cruel at times. I am sick of it. Sick to death of all of it. I'm a prisoner in my own life, it feels. How I long to be free to be with Kurt, to spend our days tending to flowers. But such thoughts were mere fantasies, meant to remain locked in her head. Father has promised me to another. How could I ever explain this to my betrothed? Think things over. Lucia marveled at the way shared blood divided rather than bonded her and her sister. They were born to the same parents, had the same tutors, same upbringing, yet no two people could be more different. This is unless I was adopted. What if I was strictly lowborn? She mused. Lowborn. She mused. What if one day my real parents visit? How they would thank mother and father for all that they have done for me, but then they would fall upon their knees begging for their daughters to be returned to them. Lucia's musing did not stop there. My lady mother would beg to remain at the castle, but I would have none of it. For this peasant girl has dreams that noble blood can never achieve. She smiled to herself, revealing in the fantasy, but shook it from her thoughts soon enough. Lucia's a girl of 13. It was another day.
Go birds, you can.
Look, thank you for the blur. Appreciate it, dude. Hope all is well. Hope you're enjoying your the weekend. Lucia, girl of 13, it was another day in the summer of her life. I thought like someone was speaking in the story. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Just reading some stories that the game provides. Weekend's going good so far. Nice and relaxing. So I'm just chilling right now. I'm just chilling. What a day has been, Lucia reflected. Tell me, my darling Kurt, what would you have me do? I long to be with you, but you feel as... Okay, this one repeats. Okay, this one repeats too. Yeah, the three sisters are there. Lovely weather, wouldn't you agree? Hard to believe such a thick fog was here this morning. You certainly are an early riser. I wasn't even aware of it was anything but sunny today. It was foggy? Goodness, one misses so much of the world when a bed. Huh? Lucius released a gasp as a gust of wind tore the hat from her head. The accessory sailed through the birch trees until it was gone from the sight and lost into the forest. Oh no, Lucia cried. My hats. An exposed root snagged Lucia's foot, yanking her off her feet, and Lucia's mocking laughter was in her ears. Ha! Not even your hat wants to be atop that witless head of yours. Lucia cast a look back over her shoulder to lash out at Alicia. The wind is to blame. I don't care if I am witless. Honestly, I'm not witless. I'm not witless, I am... Lucia wasn't allowed to even finish her sentence. Something caught her foot and sent her toppling to the ground. Both her sisters rushed to her side. Ouch. Witless girls like yourself must be that much more cautious, or they wind up falling on their rumps. We shall ask Edmund to fetch the hat. Now come along. Alicia made no attempt to stifle her laughter, despite the scrapes poor Lucia suffered. Lucia, a girl of 13, her heart yet a flower bulb, hidden beneath the soil, eager to bloom. These were still the early days of summer. What a day has been, Lucia reflected. Tell me, my darling Kurt, what would you have me do? Okay. So that's the same thing, so I can just fast forward to this. Okay, so I'm just gonna be repeating the same thing, so... Okay, here's the next day. A foul mood was upon Alicia today. Why are you making that face, Alicia? You look positively bizarre. What's it to do with you? Leave me be. Maria and Lucia fell silent. Their sister's unpleasantness grown infectious. That father of ours promised to take me to the theater tonight, but he cancelled again. Alicia was nothing if not direct. Lucia found herself jealous. Father had never made her a promise like that. Suddenly, Alicia shrieked. She pitched forward, her foot catching on something. They looked down to find Kurt's shovel. That dimwitted oaf. What is he doing, leaving his equipment lying about? I will make him over the coals for this. I'll rake him over the coals for this. So help me gods. Maria merely rolled her eyes, as she often did, but that would not do for Lucia. I'm going to give him peace of my mind. But wait, sister. I will accompany you. Why pray tell would you come? Alicia rounded on her sisters with fury in her eyes. Because your terrible habit of being cruel. So you mean to supervise me? Ha! The very idea. I am sending Kurt off to the coal mines. The two argued back and forth until at length they arrived at the shed. Well, we're here. Now, what will it be? Please, Alicia, wait for just a moment. I'll say drag Alicia back with this. You must... Away, Alicia. It's not our place to condemn him. Let's speak first to Sebastian. The red-hot fury that first spurred Alicia on had cooled considerably, it seemed. Oh, fine. Have it your way, but you will speak with Sebastian, not I. Alicia flung the shovel to the ground and stalked off. Lucia looked between her sister and Edmund's shed, stamping her feet. Oh, what am I to do? What do I do? Want to do? I am such an accursed fool. Sister, wait, do not leave without me. Lucia, a girl of 13, her heart yet a flower bulb, hid beneath the soil, eager to bloom. These were still the early days of summer. Do it. Condemn him. Do it. What a day it has been. Lucia reflected. Okay, she says this every night. Yep, and then the next day, do it. Okay, same day, the three sisters are together. Now where did Lucia run off to? Is it just me, or has she been acting strangely of late? It's not just you. She has turned her hand to gardening of all things. In the corner of the courtyard, Lucia sat alone, tending to a quaint bed of flowers. At last, it's starting to look like a proper garden. I wonder what Kurt will say when he sees it. It was Alicia's cry that broke Lucia's concentration. Lucia, what are you doing there? Hurry up, or you'll be late for your studies. Lucia rose from her flower bed. Coming, sister. I will see you tomorrow, my flowers. No sooner Lucia stood, the schwag heard from across the garden. Is it the same thing? Okay. This person shed, out of sight. Lucia, beset with nerves. Should I show him the flowers? They are not in such a sorry shape, are they? I did this all for him after all. If he doesn't at least see them, my efforts will be all for naught. Alright, call him over. What am I doing? She asked herself. I can't possibly speak to him. Not now. I must calm myself. Not only should I approach him, do not leave yet, Kurt. Pray remain until I open my eyes again. Lucia, a girl of 13. Okay. It was another day in the summer of her life. Okay, it says the same thing. Okay, I swear, if it just like keeps repeating until I get a certain number. Hopefully it doesn't. The three sisters. Why are you making that face, Alicia? You look positively bizarre. What's it to do with you? Leave me be. Maria and Lucia fell silent. Their sisters' unpleasantness grow infectious. Okay, so it's the same thing. Something amiss? It was Edmund who appeared from behind. Good afternoon. Fine weather, isn't it, Maria? Greeted with the groundskeeper. The two others paid their respects in turn and then explained Alicia's ill temper. My, you poor creature, Edmund tuttered. She is a spoiled thing, that's all. It's Kurt who deserves the pity of anyone, Maria noted. Kurt? No, milady. He is worth no such compassion. There was a touch of melancholy in Edmund's eyes as he turned to Lucia. I feel like I pronounced that completely wrong. Lady Lucia, does something trouble you? I want to speak to my beloved. Perhaps I wish to profess my heart to the man I love. Only after the confession was made did Lucia realize her error. She blushed furiously. How gouch, Lucia? A real lady would never approach a gentleman in such a fashion. Alicia mocked Lucia, her voice shrilled. Never is a heart happier than when it is in love. Edmund returned to his duties, a sunny smile on his face. Lucia puzzled over the words, haunting for their meaning. Lucia, a girl of 13, yep, says the same thing. What a day has been, Lucia reflected. Okay, same thing. A knock preceded Albert's voice. Still awake, child? Off to bed with you. I hear you are often late to your afternoon studies. The time for play is done. Now sleep. Yes, father. Good night, Lucia cried, settling down for bed. Could it be he is privy to my secret? Gods, I hope not. He would never forgive me. I'm gonna choose like the most like upfront choices now. The courtyard was in the middle of the day. Okay, the three sisters. There was not to be all three sisters today. Only the youngest Lucia came. Alicia had taken to bed ill, and Maria is to stay with her until she is better. Alicia had been in poor health since her youth, and it was not uncommon for her to come down with a fever. I love my sisters, I do, but it's nice to have them to oneself too. Lucia set out wandering, lost to her musing. The birds chirped quite quick songs, as if lamenting the Highland short summers. Besides the pond, the past the grove was a herb garden that served as entrance to the expansive bald wood beyond. Father will notice soon, if he hasn't already, Lucia thought to herself anxiously. I will not draw attention to myself. I must be patient, as I am sure I'll discover Kurt's feelings for me in time. But until then, I will behave. Do you hear that? Self. Behave. But I love him so. Lucia found herself between the Augur's Pond and Lion's Pond. On the water's edge, an area called Heath's Haven provided shade and a place to sit. Not far from that was a shed where Edmund and his son kept their tools, and where they often took afternoon breaks. A gentle breeze wound through the trees, and the birds sang a tranquil tune. Go to Edmund's shed, read on the bench, take a nap on the bench, or go to Edmund's shed. I wonder what Edmund is doing. Not that I much care, it's Kurt I wish to see. Lucius hurried for Edmund's cottage, where she crossed paths with the groundskeeper himself. Why, if it isn't Lady Lucia, what brings you to this neck of the woods? On your own, no less. My sister has taken ill, so I am on my own today. Poor thing, caught another fever, has she? Kurt's abed too, as it so happens. He is? At this time of day? I forced him out of the crack of dawn to see that Heath's Haven is cleaned. He is worn out by the hour every day. Lucia was just about to return to the castle when she stopped and turned and asked, Might I trouble you for some tea? Though no doubt perplexed by the favor, Edmund invited her into his humble shelter. She found Kurt asleep on a bench. Forgive me, my lady, but I ask you keep your visit here a secret from those in the castle. Edmund returned to work, leaving Lucia alone with the sleeping Kurt. The young girl lost herself in fancy as she buried her feet in soil. Oh, mistress, you will ruin your fine clothes. Allow me to find you a proper seat. Kurt, it appeared, had woken up. Please stay where you are. All my dresses end up stained in some manner or another eventually. I do not mind this, just as it is. Might I join you for tea? Never had such a simple question brought such joy. She nodded, and the two sat together. They talked of this and that, neither one completely at ease. What do you speak when you sup with your family? In truth, I don't do much speaking at all. Alicia does enough chatting for the both of us. Are there balls every night? No, thank heavens. Such things are fun, yet Yes, but they are exhausting affairs. Not to mention lonely. Nobles certainly are odd. Or certainly are odd. Oh, forgive me, I should not have said that. Heh, it's alright. I am done with this life anyway. Done? How so? Is nobility something you can quit? And emptiness overtook Lucia then. She nibbled on her lip, struggling not to pout. Lucia brought her teacup to her lips and stared at Kurt over the brim. I love the smell of soil. It's comforting, no? There is but one scent that grants me comfort. It's sweet and beautiful, like a flower in full bloom. With a hand upon the table, Kurt leaned forward, bringing his face to Lucia's. He fell silent as did Lucia. The coming kiss hummed at her lips, but her excitement was snuffed out in a flash. Where would they live? How would they eat? Reality came crashing down around them. Kurt fell back into his seat, limped, and hugged his cup in both hands. In their hearts, love and unease weird. Lucia, a girl of 13. Okay. This repeats. Let me drink some water while this repeats again. Okay, I'm almost at 1,000. The sun will rise and it will set, but no, okay. So I think once I reach 1,000, I think we're... Oh, Kurt, can you and I hope for a brighter tomorrow? Yeah, I think once I reach 1,000, I think that's when it's almost done. Morning, daughter. How do you fare? Though it was her handmaid's responsibility to ruse Lucia every morning, today it was her lord father who woke her. A tendril of dread unfurled in Lucia's stomach. Father? What is it? What brings you here? I've already spoken to Alicia, but I've a mind to send you both to school in Lhasa. Lhasa was several days' ride from Coos Castle by carriage. Kurt would become no more than a distant memory were Lucia to do as she was bade. Father, no, this is much too sudden. My daughter, the decision is yours to make, but I have a responsibility to see you properly introduced into noble society. Besides, I cannot keep watch over you forever. The help keeps me busy enough as it is. Her breath seized in her throat. Father knew of her love for Kurt. Her hands found their way up to her cheek. I will hear your decision at supper the day after next. The command made her father swept out of the room. Lucia, a girl of 13, sat on her bed weeping, a tender, innocent love still warm in her heart. And so ends the tale of love.
These tomes are the product of much sweat and toil.
Okay. That is it. We'll read the Nye's histories later because it takes like about an hour each story. Jeez, I don't know. Okay.
You are always welcome.
I guess what I could do now is just check each town. I don't think... No, but there's no stories. Okay, so that is it for me. So thanks everyone that stopped by for this lore dump, or for reading stories basically. But yeah, we'll do that next time. There's only one more story, but yeah, I should have streamed earlier, but it's okay. I'll stream later tonight with more story. So okay, so that's it for me. Thank you, Lakota. Thank you, Icy, for stopping by. Koa, thanks for stopping by as well. And anyone else that was lurking at any time, I appreciate you guys too. So yeah, we'll end it there. We'll continue on Probably later tonight, maybe like in 3 to 4 hours after I have dinner and stuff. So, yeah, have a good night, Icy. Have a good rest of the day. Unless you're able to stop by later tonight. Yeah, have a good night, guys. Okay, bye-bye.